Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, we from Group 2 would like to present our group assignment, which is the effectiveness of Islamic management in organization in the Industrial Revolutions 4.0 perspective. In our group, we have 4 members. The first one is Muhammad Baihaqi Atikullah bin Muhammad Basit. Second is Minur Hazira binti Abrazak. The third is Juliana binti Jazuli. And the last one is Nur Shazwani binti Salim. The history or background. Revolutions 4.0 having advanced technology innovations that minimize humans' interventions. Next, the definitions of Islamic management is Islamic management is complex and systematic systems that where it is guided by Al-Quran and Sunnah. Islamic management is also full of trusted justice and kindness. It was very different to the definitions of conventional management. Conventional management emphasize the aspects management just the material alone, and the aims of this management is the higher profit, is the big success for the organizations. Next is the Dalil Quran and Hadith, like the verse of Quran related to management and administration in Islam, namely Ya Ayuhannas inna khalaqnakum min zakari wa unsa wa ja'alnakum syu'uban wa qabail lita'arafu inna akramakum indallahi atqakum innallaha alimun khabir. Why the hadith related to Islamic management, which is the hadith Umar ibn al-Khattab has placed forms the Caliph's leadership system, which is the biggest affair based on Shura. Next is problem statement. David Hanson's from Hong Kong based company have developed a social humanoid robot known as Sophia. As we know, Sophia was turned on 14th February 2016, was built to express feelings of love and compensations in humans. And Sophia also was built to mimic social behaviors of humans. The first problem statement is cost experimentations, which is in the journey of to do a revolutions 4.0 in the ones of country, we have to take a cost experimentations as our problem statement. That to build high quality robots, a company needs high cost for the provisions of suitable equipment, materials, and place to test those robots. Still is the most important things to have to build any robots. This study method is the most good choice to build a robot. If the cost of experimentation is higher, the company will have a big loss of their company and they will face a big problem if the project is not success. For example, if the robot does not function well, they need to recreate the robot with other suitable materials. Why the second problem statement is cyber security threats, which is in process to achieve Revolutions 4.0, we have to face cyber security threats. The existence of the revolutions will lead to more threats of cybercrimes high and widespread, cause more vulnerabilities in network systems, including the occurrence threats of hacker and cyber criminals by means David and Sue 2018. It directly leads to security risk. Ownerships of the data of individuals or a company includes lost data control, disclosure of data and personal information, as well as sharing and information tracking by Moral Arman and Moss 2017. This matter needs to be addressed and given serious attention by all parties in the efforts toward Revolutions 4.0, especially to achieve Revolutions 4.0 in Islamic management. The third is employ skill sets and training. A new level of competence is expected from workers when new robotic systems are introduced. The organizations need to educate workers about how to work. Company needs to give them training about 3 months on how to deal with its employees with the right certifications, qualifications, and robotic expertise would have to be recruited. This lack of skilled manpower will cause Revolutions 4.0 in the Islamic management system to not be implemented in an orderly and systematic manner. Next, the fourth is organizations coordinations difficulties. Many organizations will function without human assistance. When we achieve and we have Revolutions 4.0 in Islamic management. So the many organizations will face the same problem, which is the organization's coordinations difficulties. Company needs high times and expense in human resource management to train or hire a high quality workers, which is to train them how to work as a good workers. Same goes to Revolutions 4.0. Industry 4.0 would introduce the use of advanced technology in the majority of productions processed in companies that have the Islamic management philosophy. The rapid growth of new manufacturing technology would have an indirect effects on many layers of organizational or corporate. And the last one, which is the fifth, is manage product workflow. When the robot is installed, there are many considerations when determine what the product workflow will look like. The orientations of the robot must be carefully to calculate and ensure maximum productivity without producing too much for existing system to handle. The company must give the employee a new product workflow to study and to make sure all the workers understand about the product workflow. This will take a high cost to prepare the product workflow to the workers, like the first point, which is the higher cost, the cost experimentations. Thank you. That's all from me. Next, I would like to pass to the next presenter, which is Nur Shazwani binti Salim.
What is a literature review? A literature review is a critical and in-depth evaluation of previous research. So we move to the first research, which is cost of experimentation. A humanoid robotic will affect businesses with high cost of product development. In order to build any products, experimentation is an important process to lead to the improvement of the products, according to Stephen Heston, Harvard Business Press 2003. So we can see here that every experimentation costs a high cost. However, Robert H. Cannon viewed that to demonstrate control strategies for a single link, a company must construct a set of experimentation. So we see here that every product that we want to produce, we need to give a set of experimentation to make sure that the product will be produced well. And some of them see that if we want to obtain an important idea about the robot's property, we need to go through a cognitive experiment. This means that we need to properly do experimentation which has no fault and delay in our experimentation. Take for example, robot Sophia with personality and the creation of individual appearance cost about $20,000 to $50,000, depend on the option and customize. We move to the second research, which is cyber security threats. Robots are increasingly being used for applications that affect human daily life in the last decade. For robotics use in manufacturing, service, and medical industries, the Department of Commerce 280 companies and on competitiveness reported an average growth rate of 20%. According to Ishani Privadashini, says that any cyber attack in the domain of robotics form a basis of either an endpoint compromise or is a network communication based attack. A factor which is compared of the two attacks is the physical access. So you can see here that robots will attack with physical access. So the robot will connect it with the internet and equipped with a video camera, microphone and speaker for the family to communicate with it. What is the most dangerous is if the attacker who controls the robot is executed, it is free to track the elderly victim via camera and check for financial details such as credit card data. This is because who control the robots will can access the human easily because they have the system and they have the camera to check with it. The third one is employee skill set and training. Organization leaders should use systematic way for assessing employee performance, motivation, and skill level. In robotic company, the organization have to make sure the employee get the skill because it was different from the other company. All the employee must know the basic structure work. They should also be able to examine machines and software critically because they are working with robots and robots is like a live human. So they need to work with it carefully. Besides, creativity and flexibility are becoming the most important technique in robotic industry, according to Julie Wiskirchen, IBA Global Employment Institute 2017. According to a study commissioned by MindEdge Learning US, managers are worried. In fact, nearly 42% of managers say that automation and robotics will lead to a net loss of jobs in their respective industries. According to industry research, Industrial Safety and Hygiene News 2015, usually workplace injuries and accidents that occur where a robot is involved happen when an employee is carrying out maintenance of a robot. So we can see here to manage a robot is not an easy thing. When the managers need to provide a skill set, employee and training for them to make sure that they take care of the robots and they do their work carefully and perfectly. Okay, next, organizational coordination difficulties. We can see here that people getting worried because of Industrial Revolution 4.0. Innovation in robotics suggests that it's not only the uneducated who are at risk of being displaced. According to BBC 2019, up to 20 million manufacturing jobs around the world could be replaced by robots by 2030. Each new industrial robot wipes out 1.6 million manufacturing jobs. The firm said that with the least skilled regions being more affected. So we can see here that skill is very important to apply any job. So if we have a small skill or we don't have much more skill, we are at risk to apply any job. We might not get the job because we don't have enough skill. According to Alexa Ledieri, 2019, the cost of machinery has drastically declined, which making robots cheaper than humans. In addition to processor microchips, smarter networks and longer battery life have dramatically increased the per unit value of robots, and their cost has dropped 11% from 2011 to 2016. Oxford Economics found the more repetitive the job, the greater the risk of its being wiped out. Jobs that request more compassion, creativity, or social intelligence are more likely to continue to be carried out by humans for decades to come. So, to make sure that we get any job, so we need to fill ourselves with a lot of skills, creativity, and social intelligence, which the robots cannot do it. Yes, we need the skill that robot can do. That's why that is the only thing that we can use to apply any job. The last one is manage product workflow. Firstly, a well-managed robotic welding can unlock the full productivity potential of robotic automation. This will give a better result, which is highly efficient, consistent production process. We know that robotic automation can be deployed as a technology in business process as a transformation level beyond traditional business process management. Software development in robotics had been paired with hardware developments, such as grippers and sensors, to extend the reach of robots' application. The program techniques are enabled in particularly swift advance in automation functionally are generally termed artificial intelligence. So we see here that all the employee that work in robot company, they need to know the product workflow so that they can work with it, they can handle with it properly and carefully. Okay, so we have come to the discussion. As we know, in Islam, we are not allowed to waste so much money in whatever we do. We can see that in era of Industrial Revolution 4.0, they are wasting a lot of money to do something that unnecessary and does not give any advantages. When we wasted the money, it was a bad attitude of a Muslim. To prove it has instructed in the Quran. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Innal mubaddirina kanu ihwana syayatini wa kana syaitanu li rabbih kafura. Those who are extravagant are the brethren of Satan, but he is a disbeliever in his Lord. Honesty is one of the characters that shows the integrity of the company. If the workers in the company is honest, the management also good. As instructed in Quran, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Kul amara rabbi bil qisti wa aqimu wujuhakum inda kul masjidin wad'uhu muhlisina lahuddin kama bada'akum ta'udun. My God told me to be fair and turn your face to Allah in every prayer and worship Him with sincere worship only to Him. It will be returned to Him as you were created. Surah Al-A'raf 29. We also need to be disciplined in whatever we do because it will affect the result. Discipline means the practice of training people to obey the rules and using punishment to correct the disobedience. For example, in robotic company, discipline is the most important character that all the employees should have. Moreover, in order to work as a team, we must understand each other and accept others' opinion. This is to avoid misunderstanding among team. For example, when we are discussing about any projects, we must understand each other's opinion and discuss properly without hurting anyone. As instructed in Quran, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وَاتَّقُوا الَّذِي تَسَاءَلُونَ بِهِ وَالْأَرْحَامَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ عَلَيْكُمْ رَقِيبًا. Sadaqallahul Azim. And fear Allah whom you always ask by mentioning His name, and guard the relation Silatul Rahim of the relative, for verily Allah is ever watching over you. Surah An-Nisa, first verse.
Okay, so I will continue with recommendation part. Industrial Revolution 4.0 has made a lot of change in many sectors. This is one of progress that can bring a benefit to a country to be better, as well as our country, Malaysia, also have started to adapt with this new Industrial Revolution 4.0. However, we still have some problems that we need to face in order to make sure that our country also are not left behind in this new revolution. Okay, so today I will explain some ways that we can do to solve those problems. Okay. Okay, so first, for individually and society, we need to improve our knowledge and skills related. By improving our knowledge and skills related, we will be more ready and confident in doing anything. For example, when we applying for a job and we have the knowledge and skills related to, for example, related to digital, related to technologies, we will make others people feel happy and more confident to work with us. Okay, so it can bring benefits to ourselves in working industry, because even though Industrial Revolution 4.0 will reduce human resource, will reduce human resource and increasing usage of machines and technologies, we still need the knowledge. We still need the knowledge because all the machines need humans also to work. Okay, so we need to take every opportunities, as many as we can, to improve our knowledge and skills and do the best in everything we do. Okay, so secondly, strengthen ourselves as leaders and team members. In management, other than knowledge and skills, we also need discipline and good attitudes. Industrial Revolution 4.0 is a bit challenging for us, and we have to adapt with these new revolutions. We need to work together as a good team to overcome complex problems. For example, for us as a student, there are many platforms that can help us to build our confidence levels with good attitudes and make ourselves more disciplined. Okay, so for example, maybe students can join any association or club in university that related to education, related to leadership, arts and others, because it can help us to be more intelligent, be more creative, be more disciplined. Okay, so by utilizing all the platforms in the future, when we finish our studies and entered working industry, we can be a good team members or leaders with good attitudes, with good knowledge and good skills in line with advance of technologies in Revolution 4.0. Okay, so next, control emotions wisely. We also need to know how to control our emotions wisely, because it can affect our productivity and decisions. Even in Islam itself, we are not encouraged to make decisions when we are not having a good mood or unstable emotions, because it can lead to bad decisions. For example, when we have problems, maybe we can take a rest for a while and do solat sunnah. So after that, we can think better. To make a better decisions. Okay, same goes to any other situation. We need to make sure that we are the one who control our emotions and not our emotions that control ourselves. So mind, emotions, knowledge and skills have to be balanced for us to be a good person. For example, when we enter the working industry and we become a leader of an organization, we need to be firm to our team members. But at the same time, we need to be fun. So all of our team members will be happy when working with us. Other than that, we also have to be professional. We have to know how to differentiate work matters and personal matters, so that our team members will be more comfortable when working with us. Okay, next, government and private sector. First, review and rearrange the organizational structure of the company. Organizing is one of the basic function of management that can be defined as a group of people who work together effectively and efficiently. So as an employer of a company, they have to review their organizational structure to make sure that they are well organized. It is important in order to overcome the challenges in Industrial Revolution 4.0, as well as from Islamic management perspective. Organizing also includes the utilization of resources, which is humans, authority, power, and the practice of delegation. So in this Industrial Revolution 4.0, most of the employees are worried if they will lose their job because of the appearance of machines and upgraded technology. So as an employer of a company, they need to make sure that they use human resources and machines in a balanced way, so that their company can adapt with this new Industrial Revolution 4.0. Okay, so next, expose digital knowledge and skills required. Nowadays, digital knowledge and skills are very important to us, and most of the employees nowadays are lack of digital skills. So as an employer, what they can do is maybe they can ask someone in the team or in the company who are expert in digital knowledge or skills to share with others, or maybe they can send them to skill classes or courses, so it will bring benefits to employers and employees to be more productive, because the employer giving opportunity to their employees to improve their knowledge and skills that related to Revolution 4.0. So communication skill and writing skill are are some examples of skills that must be mastered of youth nowadays, especially students, because students will finish their studies soon and will enter the working industry in the future.
So we have come to the conclusion. So we can learn something new from Industrial Revolution 4.0 about digital world, technology, management and others. The Ministry of Education makes sure that all the students are revealed with the new Industrial Revolution 4.0, and youth will be the leaders in future. Islamic management is effective in a management team. In Islam, a leader must help others and not just directing the company or team. It is an effective way to have a good relationships to each other in a team. We have to make sure that today is better than yesterday and tomorrow will be brighter than today.
Finally, I will discuss the question and answer related to the topic about the effectiveness of Islamic management in Organization Revolution 4.0 perspective. I have selected 3 best questions and answers to discuss. Firstly, what's a Malaysia preparation for the 4.0 industrial revolution? The answer are more systematic emphasis on the implementation of educational module and courses. Then, Malaysia plans to work with Microsoft Malaysia. Next, provide skill training in dealing with new technologies. Second question, what is the impact of 4.0 industrial revolution? It is divided into 2, namely positive and negative. Positive are simplify human life and facilitates people in the use of advanced technology. Negatives anyway are human lack job opportunities and affects many people, especially the lower middle class. Third question, what differentiates the Industrial Revolution 3.0 from 4.0? 4.0 and 3.0 are a continuation of digital technology with humans and other physical systems. Industry 4.0 is about cyber-physical systems with systems that can connect the digital world without borders. Industry 4.0 is also a physical system with biological system like human via the internet. Industry 3.0, technology is not directly connected with human but triggered by machines. Thank you.